Beneficial teas are something that has become very popular in the last 10 years. Obviously, humanity has gotten turned on to the importance of organic gardening, and this beneficial teas topic really falls into that heading. In science, we say there's 16 essential elements that plants need to thrive and survive. You know, every carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and so on. But nature provides a lot more than those 16 essential elements. There's all kinds of things that we're just coming to understand, whether they're bacterias or enzymes or microorganisms like trichoderma and mycorrhizas. There's all kinds of hidden benefits that we're still uncovering in nature. So a beneficial tea is typically something organic based. There's many different formulas out there. Something commercially available would be an example of Vermitea by Vermicrop Organics. But a lot of people will actually come up with their own recipes for beneficial teas. Worm casting is a very common ingredient. People might add mineral powders like azomite or plant powders like alfalfa meal. And then very typically, these different components could be placed in like a large tea bag. Like for example, like you could use a paint straining bag or some other type of bag to hold these components suspended in a volume of water. And then it's very typical that we would want a good amount of aeration. There's some vortex systems that really spin the water in an elaborate fashion, or we could use air bubblers, just air stones bubbling away in that volume of water to keep it aerated. And then the other typical components would be some kind of living organisms like mycorrhizae or trichodermas and some beneficial bacterias. And then another very common component would be some type of sugar to feed those microorganisms. Most commonly would be an organic unsulfured blackstrap molasses in the amount of about 1 ml per gallon. So we can custom blend teas. For example, even depending on what stage of growth we're in. Like for example, if we're in veg and we want higher nitrogen amounts in our tea, we could use more alfalfa meal. If we're in flower and we wanted to see a bit of a pK spike in our tea, we could turn to back guano as a main component of that tea. In any case, beneficial teas are something that people will brew up on their property from a combination of organic sources. Usually the brew lasts about 24 hours and it results in a pretty weak solution. That's why we call it a tea, because if you test the parts per million, it'll actually be pretty low. And it's not really about the parts per million that you're using this tea for. You're using this tea for all the other things, the other benefits that it's going to bring to the table. And typically, these teas are found to boost plant health substantially.